All right, Minnesota Vikings football is back here in Las Vegas. They just wrapped up preseason game number 1 as Ben, Leber, and I are here to break down this thing for Between the Lines, fueled by Gatorade. And Ben, the Vikings lose 26-20. Nobody's ever going to remember this game.
I didn't even know the score, honestly. I just saw Raiders win all over the place. I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine.
People are excited. It's Vegas.
Yeah.
But your thoughts on today's performance for the Vikings?
I mean, I guess it was kind of what we expected. There's some good plays and some bad plays, and I'm giving it kind of a generic answer, but I didn't expect to come out in game 1 and just have my socks blown off. You know, we didn't have Kirk Cousins out there. We didn't have a whole bunch of starters. We knew that. I was sort of impressed by just the way our offense looked, and let me explain that. I was expecting to see, even as a foundation, a lot more spread sets, a lot more true 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. I like the fact that we incorporated a fullback. I like to see a little bit of I formation, and that just tells me that, Coach O'Connell knows that. Hey, I know the systems that we had in LA. That doesn't mean we have to run the exact same type of systems here. I'm going to gear it towards the guys that we have here with this team. And so if there is a number of fullbacks and big bodies they can use in the run game and the pass game, why not use some of that? Right. Use some of those players, use some of that personnel, mix in some different concepts. So I kind of like foundationally where we are offensively.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Kevin O'Connell basically is saying, we're going to instill this new offensive personnel, or we're not instilling it, but it's 11 personnel. But at the same time, we're going to play to our players' strengths. And you saw that today. Yeah. You saw that with the quarterback play, because the quarterback is going to be the engine of this offense. Kellen Mond, 9 of 14, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sean Mannion, really good day also. I feel like, personally, Kellen Mond took another step in his game. Sean Mannion, we know what to expect from him, but no turnovers, and I feel like that was really good to see.
Yeah, it's great to see. I suppose if I have to pick a winner of the two, I would say that Kellen outshined Sean Mannion. Not to say that Mannion looked bad. It's just that I agree with you. I think Kellen took a step. You and I were kind of talking off camera that he looked confident and competent, to me, in the pocket. He didn't seem like he was looking at bright lights. He kind of knew exactly what the defense was going to give him. At times he was being patient, waiting for routes to open. Sure, he missed some throws. He missed a throw in the back corner of the end zone. Fine. Came back later in the game, dropped it right in the bucket. So he never really got in so involved in himself, thinking that he missed throws or missed a read that he still couldn't execute later on in the game. Right. So I think the maturity's there. You're seeing a better confidence. You saw the athleticism with some of the scrambles. Now he's just got to finish those type of plays. Absolutely.
And just moving on to the person behind the quarterback in this offense, the running back position. Yeah. That's the position that we know is going to be a running back battle for running back 2, 3, or 4, or whatever. But Ty Chandler, Kene Nwangwu, they both impressed me today. Your thoughts on those two guys?
Dude, how about Ty? Holy
right?
cow, man.
Right?
I think we all, when he was picked up by the team, everybody's like, all right, let's just start Googling some highlights. And you see the speed and you see these highlights, but highlights are highlights. So we're going to show you the best stuff. So we knew he had athleticism. He came out today, and when he decided to go north and south, he went north and south.
Quick.
He was decisive. Yep. He put that one foot in the ground, he saw a crease, and he hit it. And then you look at Kene, I was really impressed with him, and it seemed like he was pushed a little bit. After Ty got in there for a few runs, he's like, oh boy, I better pick up my game too. Yeah. I thought his ability to wiggle, to find seams in tight junctions inside the run box, I thought was really impressive out of him, because we keep waiting for a guy like Kene, not only just to show off his speed and his athleticism, but a vision, a wiggle, a slither through the line, a way to break some tackles. I thought he did that today as well.
Do you think Ty Chandler did enough to make a case for the 53-man roster with 4 running backs being in that room?
He keeps return the ball in special teams like he did today. Absolutely. We're looking for big playmakers on this team in the return game, and Amir Smith-Marset, we know what we can get out of him. But if Ty Chandler can come in and in any of those spots, especially on kickoff return, and be a spark plug and be a guy that can hit those holes and show off that speed, he's absolutely going to make this team.
There's going to be a lot of guys on the defensive side of the ball trying to make the team also. And, of course, there's not a lot to talk about because there were no interceptions. And then preseason, you only want to see big plays.
Yeah.
But this Minnesota Vikings defense did have 4 sacks.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on just this new defense under this new 3-4 and personnel scheme that we run?
Well, it really should have been a 5th, because we had a defensive holding in the backfield, negated that 1 sack. But to me, I would look at it as a coordinator saying we got 5 sacks. We were able to get to the quarterback 5 different times to get him to the ground. The impressive thing to me was a 3-4 defense is predicated off of disguise and deception. We got to the quarterback without using those two things. You did not see any safeties rocking and rolling, coming down to the box, going back up. There was no disguise by the safeties. We did not see a bunch of different packages where guys are coming off the edge and dropping back. So we were able to just, with a 4-man rush, using just simple twists and stunts, get to the quarterback. So I think that's really telling of how these guys have adapted this defense. And really, we're at level 1 of what this 3-4 defense can do. And we got the quarterback 5 times.
Lewis Seen. It was good to see him on the field.
It was good to
Andrew
see him
Booth
on the
Jr.,
field.
good to see him on the field. But I feel like we didn't see enough from those guys as far as being on the field to actually come up with an opinion for me personally. But do you have anything on those two guys from what you saw?
No, with Booth, I think it was an extension of what we've seen in training camp. Physical player.
Yeah.
This guy is a physical presence. He wants to put his hands on you, and he got caught twice on one play with two, a hand in the face mask and a defensive holding. So he's just got to learn how to pull back a little bit, play within his own craft, stay aggressive, but don't play illegally. Don't play out of body and against the rules. Lewis Seen, you're right. Didn't see enough from him today. He didn't really shine. That doesn't mean that he had a bad game. He just might not have been in a position to really make a play. So we didn't know what we got out of Lewis Seen out of today, but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, it was good seeing him around the ball. I'm going to end it with this. Next week of practice is going to be the best practice probably all year because there's another team coming to TCOPC. The San Francisco 49ers. So right now, with those guys coming in town, getting good reps against those guys Wednesday and Thursday, do you play the starters in next Saturday's game at US Bank?
I think you do. I think you have to – I think you still have to see what these guys look like. If this was year 3 or 4 – under Coach O'Connell and the staff, then I would say, okay, I think we know what we see out of these guys, but they're gonna see a lot of one-on-ones, ones versus ones with the San Francisco 49ers during the week. I still think that you go into the game and say, all right, that was practice. Yeah. Now this is game. Let's see what you guys can do. Let's play a quarter, maybe the first half. Evaluate game number 3, but I expect a heavy workload from the starters in this game number 2.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to practice next week. I know you'll be out there a couple of days also. But Vikings fans, stay tuned. We got a lot of content coming your way this offseason, especially this upcoming week. So for Ben Leber, my name is Gabe Henderson. This is Between the Lines, fueled by Gatorade.
Skol!
Skol!